See, that is a lot better. The lights come on immediately as soon as I open the door and walk in, the lights come on and full brightness, which is awesome. Because I'll tell you, it's not just the idea of leaving, have the lights come on and be at full brightness right away. It's that when I was out here, like before with the fluorescents, and even in the summer, I would leave them on all day, even if I was just back and forth for a few minutes at a time out here. I would have to leave the lights on all day just to keep the light level up so that I would get a consistent look. Right now, it's as bright as it's gonna get, which is good. So I am cleaning up the shop now, and what I'm about to do right this instant is take the what is that? The upside down drawer for the bandsaw blades that I made a while ago, long ago, and it's not working out as practically as I thought it would be. It's too difficult to access because it's up so high. I need a step stool to get at it, first of all. And then when I pull it out, it's not as, I don't know, trying to wrestle, especially one of the bigger blades in there, is just a nightmare. See, I like the idea of having the blades in a thing like that, but I do believe I'm going to have to make it somewhere so that it's on the wall. And I was thinking it would be neat, actually, if I had let me put these here out of the way, kind of like the way my drill press cabinet is here. The way this opens up and it reveals this stuff on the inside here. If I had something on the front, like a cabinet around about this big, or as big as that thing is up there for the bandsaw blades that my saw uses, if I had that on the wall and it could have something on the front, I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to give it some more thought. But in the meantime, I want to get this down because I've got a couple of other things that I want to store up there. One is my big table saw fence. I did have it down in that bay down there where the router table is now. So now that that's in there, there's no space left, and it's sitting out there leaning against the cabinet, and I need a place to put it because it's something I don't use it very often, but when I do, I need to have it convenient. Having it stuck up there, it would still clear the camera gantry. So it should work out all right. I didn't remember this. I had to look at how I attach this drawer up here, and it's with screws that are up inside here. One in there and one back there, and it'd be the same on the other end. That's screw onto the side pieces that the drawer mounts onto. And if you can recall the way I did this, it was a kind of a different idea. Maybe, am I too close here? Sorry. It was kind of a different idea for a drawer slide. Kind of a telescoping thing. Okay. How you liking this style of video, huh? Is this your cup of tea? Let me know in the comments. don't even know if I'm in the frame for half of these things. I know I got a lot of stuff up here. This cabinet has been so handy, and it was something, it was one of those spur of the moment type projects that I really didn't put a lot of thought into. The video where I made it on my Red channel has gotten a lot of views, though. I think most of that is because of the thumbnail. An attractive thumbnail can make all the difference as far as the number of views your video gets. Sorry if I'm jouncing around here. Anyway, this thing should come down now. So, let's see. Look at that! Oh my God, that's heavy. Holy hell! And dusty too. So I had a couple of screws up here. Back to stop, so I'll take those out. See that with the impact driver? This goes back to my days doing doors and hardware. Whenever I'd be using this, I would return it to the default position, and that would be to dry the screws immediately after reversing. So that's from long practice. So every time, it's almost, it is an unconscious thing. As soon as I finish backing out a screw, unless I have another one to do immediately after, I click it into the forward thing. So just one of those things. Anyway, who cares? I'm overbalancing on my thing here. My step ladder. There we go. So quite a lot of dust up on top of there. I had people ask about that when I built this. How are you going to deal with dust and all that? Well, it's something that, you know, you're not getting a bandsaw blade, a new one, or an old one to change out every single day. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It's something you have to be aware of. When you pull the drawer out, a little bit of dust might come down. So I'm going to get my broom, or my whisk broom, up here and sweep this off. Close the cupboard door just to keep it from going in there. I could sweep it all down behind. That's the thing about workshops. They get dusty. I really need to... I started designing a new air cleaner, one that works with the real motor and impeller, like a fan, a blower fan, and a couple of furnace filters to really efficiently clean the air. But I put it on hold to do other stuff, and boy, I could really use it today. Wow, look at the dust. I had to let the dust settle, so I took a little bit of a break and went inside. And I gave it a little bit more thought about what I could, how I could do this with the bandsaw blades and have something in front. And I was thinking this morning, actually, while I was cleaning this up, about making a clamp rack, and maybe that's the best thing to do. Have a clamp rack that's on a panel, that the panel opens up, and behind it is the bandsaw blades. And I was thinking, actually, the best place for it might be over here underneath this window. It's right above the heater that I have down there. You can see. And I tripped over the thing. And it is right beside the bandsaw. So it would be fairly shallow, so it won't stick out very far. And it'll be hinged so that it opens up this way, say towards the spindle sander, that's what that's called. And then the bandsaw blades would be on the inside. I don't think I'm going to be able to reuse this thing down here because it's the wrong dimensions. I would need something that's shorter this way and taller that way so that it would fit better in that space there. So I just have to take one of my blades that goes on that saw and, you know, figure out how big it needs to be, very much like I did with this. I'll try to reuse, I will reuse a lot of the stuff that went into this, but I'm looking at it. There's not a lot of stuff there that I went overboard with, so it's basically all made from scraps. So not out very much. I've never been one to hold on to an idea that I put time into just for the sake of, you know, not saying that my judgment wasn't great on that one. I did this thinking that it was going to be a good idea. Basically, as soon as I had it done, I started to realize that maybe it wasn't a good idea. It's still, you know, I stuck with it for this long, which is more than a year, I think. But I would be dreading getting a blade down from there, like I say. It's just too high, too inconvenient to deal with. This over here, this would be a lot better. Like I said, I've got my table saw sled, the big one, up there. I've got more space over on the other side over here for other shallow things. The big issue is that it needs to clear the gantry as it comes across. So let's see how much space I got there. You guys are up for some more time here doing this, yeah? Look at that. See, there's at least, I don't know, but I think there's about 10 inches there. Let me get my measuring tape. 6 inches. Where's my eyes, man? 6 inches, not 10 inches. So yeah, I can put more stuff up there. I don't think I will though. Probably just use it for the sled. I may make some more sleds. That would be a perfect place to put sleds because a sled is something, unless you don't have a miter saw and you make cuts like that on the table saw, sleds are not used every day, so that's a good place to put them. Okay, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video. I don't know how many of these types I'll do, but the idea would be to just grab this little camera that I've got here, especially for this point of view stuff, and do it in the times when I'm doing something like this. So when I feel like communicating something, you know, when I feel like sharing my time about something stupid like I did here.